12 Days in May, Freedom Ride, 1961, by Larry Dane Brynmer. Published in 2017, a Robert F. Sibbert Award winner. About the book. This nonfiction book is about the key events that occurred during the 1960s civil rights movement. Although this book is suggested based off an interest level for grades 4 through 8, it should be noted that students in grade 4 may be reading at a Lexile level of 740, whereas 12 Days in May is ranked at a Lexile level of 1,000 to 1,099. Therefore, this book may be more appropriate for students in grades 5 through 8 as an independent read or a class read for grades 4. 12 Days in May, Freedom Ride, 1961. Book summary. This is the story of the 13 first Freedom Riders. A group of men and women, both black and white, began their travels on May 4, 1961, in Washington, D.C. The group traveled by bus through the United States into the Deep South in order to use nonviolent acts to educate others regarding discrimination and segregation. The group of men and women believed that all should be treated equally regardless of the color of their skin. The story follows each day of the group's travels through different cities, states, and as they face adversity as activists of the civil rights movement. The riders worked to demonstrate federal laws, not the discriminatory Jim Crow laws which were often practiced in the South. Jim Crow laws were false laws that promoted segregation and discrimination. The story shares some of the nonviolent acts that these members completed in order to educate others, including using bathrooms regardless of labels of black and white only, sitting in dining areas that were intended for someone of the opposite race, and of course, sitting wherever they wished on the bus. The riders faced adversity throughout their 12-day trip. The deeper in the South they traveled, the more the group was met with violence and cruelty. Yet, they continued on with their journey. Although they questioned ending their demonstration due to increasingly dangerous events, the group completed their mission and entered New Orleans, Louisiana on May 17, 1961, on the anniversary of the landmark Supreme Court ruling Brown versus the Board of Education, which outlawed segregation of schools. Here are some photos from the book. Below you will see images of peaceful protests, as well as some of the adversities that the group faced, including violent acts. I give this book a 7.5 out of 10. The book is well organized and follows the timeline of the riders. The book is easy to follow while bringing the events the men and women faced to life. The book also provides clear and concise facts with dates and names. Some of these facts include previous Supreme Court rulings, federal laws, as well as events that occurred simultaneously as the writers traveled that made an impact on the civil rights movement. This information provides necessary background information to the reader to truly understand the civil rights movement and the purpose of the writer's journey. The book is straightforward, but it is not written as a story. Rather, it is written as a day-by-day, factual occurrent events. Therefore, some readers may need to take a break as they digest all of the information. Overall, the book provides a history in a way that can be read and understood by teenagers using simple but powerful language. So who should read this book? This book is for readers who are interested in history, specifically the history of the Civil Rights Movement. If you are interested in intense and moving stories, this book also may be for you, as it's powerful and inspirational due to the work of the Freedom Riders. If you want to learn more about the men and women who fought for equal rights, this book also might be for you, as it provides further information about the famous Freedom Riders. Perhaps you are interested in how racism plays a role in today's society. 12 Days in May is informative and provides insight on laws and discrimination that has shaped the world today. This book also provides more information about the events that occurred after the 13th Amendment, but prior to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. If you enjoyed reading books like March On, The Day My Brother Changed the World, a book about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., or Brown Girl Dreaming, I recommend this book. You may want to check out The Freedom Writer's Diary after finishing this story with parent discretion. The book and movie follows the story of students in California who were inspired by the Freedom Riders of 1961 as they combated their own racism in their lives. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I encourage you to check out the book 12 Days in May, Freedom Ride 1961. Enjoy!